Welcome, namaste. Tonight we're doing a full body tune up. So it's just a practice that you could do pretty much every day. Target all areas of your body, stretch and strengthen, yoga nidra at the end. So just a really good everyday practice, an all-rounder practice. And we'll be using a block and a belt throughout our practice today. So make sure you have those handy. So make yourself comfortable in a seated position and just let your legs be nice and heavy. And soften into your belly. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. And if it feels comfortable, closing your eyes or just having them half closed, gazing at the tip of your nose. And settling into awareness of your body and allowing your external environment to slowly fade out. Hey, Mel. Letting go of your day. And bringing your awareness to your breath. And just for a few short, blissful moments, being completely absorbed in awareness of your breath. Just following the inhalation and exhalation in and out of your nose. And gradually starting to deepen your breath. Inhaling for the count of 4. Exhaling for the count of 4. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 4. Continuing on in your own rhythm. Taking one more cycle of your breath in this way. And then bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. And we'll take 5 rounds of Guranga breathing. So this is a form of both pranayama and meditation. So we're tuning into our breath, but we're adding the sacred sound, Goranga, saying the sound for the entire length of our exhalation. And as we say the sound, we're just listening to the sound and drawing it into our mind and down into our heart. So let's exhale completely and take a breath in and say the sound, Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Continuing on 2 more times. Goranga. Last time. Goranga. And return to your regular breathing pattern. allowing the effects of the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. Lowering your hands to your lap, taking a moment here to set an intention for your practice. Maybe something physical, or it might be something on a more subtle or emotional level. Just reflecting on why you showed up today and setting that focus for the next hour. And gently opening your eyes, coming over onto your knees in thunderbolt position. So you're sitting on your heels, and we're going to lower our left hand to the floor, reaching your right arm up and over, anchoring your hip down. So you've got a nice long opening through your side body, reaching over to the left. And inhale up and over to the other side, softening through that lower arm, anchoring down through the left hip, reaching up and over to the right. Keep breathing. And now we'll just move with our breath, going up and over. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Inhaling up and over. Exhale. Inhale. And last time, exhale. And come back to center. Now taking a block out in front, interlocking your hands, we're going to go into a chest and shoulder opener now. So we'll take our elbows to the block and then raise your clasped hands up toward your forehead as you then creep your knees back, 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 back. And then we're going to drop the chest down toward the floor. So just being really mindful of your capacity with your shoulders. You don't want to overstretch. Just slowly moving with your breath, gradually allowing your chest to drop toward the floor, lifting back into your hips. So it's a very similar experience to puppy pose. But with that elevation through the blocks, you do have potential to go a little deeper. Oh, don't mind me. A little deeper, relaxed too much. A little deeper than you might with your arms outstretched. You probably didn't see that, but my elbow slipped off the block and I almost face planted. Very professional. Holding here for a couple more breaths. And starting to feel that release in between your shoulder blades, through the thoracic area, softening into your belly, reaching back into your hips and sitting bones. One more breath here. Now gently press down into your elbows and lift through your chest. Walk your knees forward. Sitting on your heels and lift up. Relax, release your hands, take a breath. Feeling that nice lightness and circulation through your chest and shoulders. Now setting the block aside and coming over onto all fours. Stacking your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. We'll inhale to sweep the right arm up, reaching up into the top fingertips. And exhaling, taking your arm down and through, bringing your right shoulder to the floor. And again, reaching back into your sitting bones. Then inhaling, taking the left arm up. Exhale, placing your palm on your sacrum, or further still, wrapping your left hand in front of your right thigh, tucking your fingers in, and then start to peel that top shoulder back. So you've kind of got this oppositional softening and grounding down toward the floor with your face and your lower shoulder. And then drawing back through the top shoulder, reaching back through the hips. And breathe. One more breath here. And begin to slowly unravel, lowering your left hand to the floor. Press yourself back, coming onto all fours, take a breath. And inhaling, swooping the left arm up. Nice big reach. Exhale, taking the left shoulder to the floor. And the left arm comes through. Inhaling, reaching the right arm up. Exhale, taking your hand to your sacrum or wrapping your hand in front of your left thigh. And then begin to inhale and open up through the top shoulder, peeling the top arm back. Reach back into the sitting bones. Soften down into your lower shoulder and face. And then find a steady breath. One more full breath here. Exhale completely, then release. Bringing your right palm to the floor and then pressing yourself up. Both palms to the floor. Take a breath. And walk your hands forward, diving your chest forward, belly to the floor, preparing for some cobra warm-ups. So as I always mention in these online classes, I have to be a little bit protective of my mic, so I can't come to lay all the way down or it mutes. But I would love for you guys to go completely chest to the floor, forehead to the floor, with your palms to the floor underneath your shoulders. And already start to set up for the pose here by reaching back into your toes and gently activate through your hips, squeezing your glutes, and then gently start to press down into your palms. So we're going to take it nice and slow and gradually build up into a full movement. Starting with an inhale, lift the head, press into your palms, and just lifting your chest and shoulders off the floor. Exhale, lower the head. Inhale, lifting just a little higher, so you're lifting your head, your shoulders, pressing into your palms, and your upper abdomen starts to lift off, hugging your elbows in. Exhale, lower down. So the elbows drawing in to the side body at all times. Inhale, peeling up, going just a little higher. Maybe your hips are almost starting to lift off the floor. Press down into your palms. Exhale. Now this time coming all the way up into cobra. Lifting up and really active through your legs, reaching back into your toes. Elbows are hugging right into your ribs as you actively press down into your palms and broaden through the collarbones, drawing your shoulder blades down and back. And soften into your face. Holding here for a few more breaths. Good. And on your next exhalation, exhale as you lower down. Nice. Now inhale, pressing up. And come over to lay on your back and grab your belt, because we're going to go into a reclined supine big toe pose, which sounds like a mouthful, but it's blissful, I promise. I've recently discovered that the low bun thing doesn't quite work. So if you have any hair malfunctions ever, you can utilize your block to create that space. Not the best alignment, but it does work. Okay, so what we're going to do is start with both feet on the floor and fold your belt in half. If you don't have a belt, you could use a tie or a scarf, anything that you can wrap around your foot to give you a bit more length. So we're going to go wrap the middle of the belt around the sole of the right foot, extending your right leg up. And from here, we're going to draw the leg in and release the leg out. And we'll just keep drawing in and out. So you draw in far enough to feel a stretch through the back of your leg and release out. Good. And just do that a couple more times. And if you feel like you have capacity, you can straighten that left leg, flexing your left toes back toward you. Good. Now holding the leg in, keeping your breath flowing as you draw the leg in, shoulders down away from your ears. We're going to be practicing this pose standing up. So we're doing the preparatory work now. One more breath here. Good. Releasing your belt, and we'll take it over to the left side, ready to use on the next side. Then holding onto your foot with both hands as you bend through the right knee, taking your knee and your thigh down alongside your body, and just gently encouraging your foot down. Getting a nice diagonal stretch through the hips. Make sure that left leg is active, firming the thigh, lifting the kneecap and flexing the toes back toward you. One more breath here. Good. And release the foot up. And we're going to take it over to the left side now. So carefully lower your leg down. And if you'd like to start again with both feet to the floor, knees bent, this just gives you a little bit of warm up before you extend the supporting leg. So taking the middle of the belt around the sole of your left foot, holding the belt one side in each hand, leg up in the air. Then we're going to draw it in and release out. Draw in and release out. So you can gauge for yourself if you feel up to straightening the right leg. Okay, let's do one more, and then we'll hold the leg in toward the body, holding the stretch. So as you hold it in, just finding a nice rhythm with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath here. Beautiful. Release your belt out to the side. Take hold of the sole of your foot, bending your knee down alongside your ribs. As you press the foot down, working the knee and the thigh down toward the floor. And let's take one more breath. Now releasing your foot, lowering your leg, and take a breath. Take a little mini Shavasana with your arms out to the sides. Relax completely. Nice. All right, we're going to cross our legs and rock ourselves up to sit, and moving any props that you were using out to the side. Keeping your belt handy though, because we might use that again when we're doing the standing big toe pose. Okay, let's make our way up to standing at the top of our mat for sun salutation. So we'll take 3 cycles. I'll go slow and through some modifications for the first one, and then please go ahead and adjust the following cycles of sun salutation to suit what feels best for your body. Beginning in mountain pose with your feet grounded to the earth beneath you, and lengthening up through your spine, reaching into the crown of your head. Inhaling, raise your arms up, bring your palms together, looking to your thumbs. Exhaling, fold forward, bending through the knees, hands come to the floor. Inhale, sliding your hands up your shins, look forward, flat back. Exhale, folding forward, hands to the floor, and step back into plank position. Inhale. And exhale, knees to the floor. Lower your chest to the floor. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, knees to the floor, tuck your toes and lift back into downward dog. And because it's our first one, we'll paddle out the heels a little, lifting and lowering the heels to stretch out through the backs of your legs. And then settling with both heels, dropping down toward the floor. Checking that your fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide as you press the floor away and lift into your hips. And one more breath here. Looking between your hands and step your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins, look forward, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. And inhaling, sweeping the arms up, coming back up to standing, looking to the thumbs. Exhaling, arms down by your sides, coming back to mountain. Inhaling, reaching up, looking up, feeling the spine lifted. Exhaling, forward fold. Maybe the legs are straight this time. Inhale, flat back, fingertips to the floor. Exhale, hands to the floor, jump or step back into plank. And lower down. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog with the hips lifted. Exhaling, pressing through the palms and lifting back into downward dog, holding here for 3 breaths. Taking your time with each breath. If it feels a little restrictive with your legs straight, just bring a soft bend in your knees, prioritizing that length through your spine. Exhale completely. Jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, raising the arms up above the head. Exhale, lower your arms by your sides. One last round. Inhaling up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, hands to the floor, jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. Exhaling, lift back into downward dog. Press the floor away. Lift into the hips. And simultaneously lengthening down into your heels. Good. Exhaling completely and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up all the way. And exhale, releasing your arms down by your sides. And take a relaxed breath, pausing between starting our standing sequence. And just feeling that beautiful energy and circulation after our sun salute sequence. So we're going to go ahead and grab our belt again. So we're going to do big toe pose, standing up this time. So I'll be facing you, and I'll also be going sideways just so you can see both perspectives. If you have trouble with balance, maybe go up near a wall or have a chair handy in front of you that you can use for a little extra support. We're going to take the belt around the sole of our foot, and we're going to be extending the leg out in front like so. So I'm just mentally preparing you that that's where we're heading. So go ahead and grab your belt, one hand on each side, and stand with your feet hip distance apart, shifting your weight to your left foot and engage through the left leg. So you're Knee is engaged. You're lifting the kneecap and engaging through your thigh, and also engaging the foot. The more that you spread your toes and press them down and engage through the foot, it'll help to activate and stabilize the ankle. And then we want to switch on through the glute, draw in through the navel gently. So once you've got that stability, raise the right leg, and then take the center of your belt around the sole of your foot. So just take it easy here. You can bring a micro bend into your left leg to create even more stability as you find your way into the pose. And then we're going to take the leg out in front and use the belt to also draw the shoulders back and feel that drawing back energy through the foot as you keep your leg lifted. And you might be able to walk your hands down the belt, holding it like so. If you feel like, hey, I think I could reach my toe, you could then release the belt and take your first 2 fingers around your big toe, extending your leg out, taking your left hand to your hip. So wherever you landed with the belt or holding your toe, we'll stay here for 5 breaths. Feeling that heel pressing away. And release with control. Release your belt. And lower your foot to the floor, take a breath. And we'll do the same on the left side, switching your focus to standing on your right leg and get that stability from the foot, active through the foot, stabilizing the ankle, and lifting the kneecap, firming the thigh, squeezing through the glutes, stabilizing the pelvis, and then looping your belt around the sole of your foot. Extending the leg out and finding your balance, and then challenging yourself to walk your hands down your belt toward your foot. So it's kind of this oppositional force of you're drawing back through the top of your foot, your shoulders drawing back, but your heel is pressing away. If you can, wrapping your first 2 fingers around your big toe, holding here for 2 more breaths. And release with control. Good. Now just standing here for a moment. Take a breath. And releasing our belt out to the side. And we'll come to the top of your mat again, and we'll flow down to a lunge series. So inhale, reaching up. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale, option to sweep the right leg up. Otherwise, just stepping it forward. It's really just a feel-good thing to stretch the leg up and out, nice on the hip. And step the right foot in between your hands, dropping your back knee down to the floor and flatten your back foot. And bringing your hands to your front knee and start to lift up through the torso, lengthening through your spine. Allowing your hips to naturally descend toward the floor as you keep lifting through your torso and the crown of your head. Finding a nice steady breath. All right. This next part is optional, so if you're comfortable here, just hang out here a little bit longer. Otherwise, for another option, we're going to walk the right foot out ever so slightly, just so that you've got a little bit of stability, and then turn to the left, bending through the knee to reach for your back foot. So as you take hold of your foot, then keep moving the hips down as you draw your foot in, being really mindful of the stretch on your left thigh. And you can play with pressing your foot back into your hand And if you're having trouble catching your foot, you can grab your belt and wrap the belt around your foot, holding onto the belt for that nice extension. One more breath here. And slowly release. Bringing both hands to the floor. Tuck your back toes, stepping back into downward dog. Take a breath. Now inhale to take a nice big leggy sweep into the air, stretching out through the hips and the back of the leg. And then exhale, stepping your foot through, dropping your back knee to the floor and flattening your back foot. Moving to the left side now, placing your hands on top of your knee. And noticing how the more you soften into your exhale, the more your hips start to soften and release. So really just having that nice kind of friendly relationship with your body. The more you relax, the more your nervous system settles, the more your body can deepen into the stretch. Okay, option to stay here or take another lunge variation, or just heel toeing your foot over slightly and bending through the back knee, reaching for your back foot, taking hold of your foot as you continue to soften down into your hips. One more breath. And release. Bringing both hands to the floor. Stepping back into downward dog. Take a breath. All right. We're going to step the right foot forward in between our hands. Walk your hands forward and we're going to go into a standing, so it's called a standing split. My pose does not look like splits, so it's more like a leg lift. But the idea is that real nice lifted balancing position where you've got your back leg actively lifted and taking it as far up as feels comfortable, and just enjoying also the head dropped below the heart for a nice inversion. And you've just got your fingertips to the floor for stability. Holding here for one more breath. Now both palms to the floor, bending through the right knee as you carefully lower your back toes to the floor. Let's step back into downward dog. And take the left foot forward. Fingertips forward slightly for balance. And then inhale, lifting the right leg up. Bringing the torso in toward your standing leg. Letting your head hang heavy. Good. And bending through the standing leg, lowering toes to the floor. Step back into downward dog. Both knees lowering to the floor, come back to sit on your heels, and we'll take 5 breaths resting in child's pose. And letting your head rest on the floor. And letting your whole body relax and let go. And feeling your heart rate slow down and regulate with every exhalation. Now coming up to sit on your heels, crossing your ankles and taking your legs out in front. So if you would like to implement your belt again, you can wrap your belt around the soles of your feet. We'll inhale, lift and lengthen, folding forward into a seated forward fold. Engaging your thighs to help release through the hamstrings, scooping in through your belly, folding at the hips, and placing your hands either to your belt, your legs, the soles of your feet, or maybe wrapping your first 2 fingers around your big toes. And we're going to stay here for 10 breaths. This is a really nice way to kind of consolidate our standing postures and transition into our seated grounding postures now. So just taking your time with each breath and tuning into that nice expansive feeling as you inhale, and the soft surrender and contraction as you exhale. And not feeling that you have to go deeper into the pose, but just noticing that it might happen naturally. With every exhalation, you might feel that mental depth, which may translate into more physical depth. And just keeping your toes flexing back toward you, keeping your thighs switched on, and starting to bring your focus internal. One more breath. Slowly release. Take a moment. Now flex through the left toes, switching on that left leg, and we'll take the right foot over to the outside of the left leg, planting your foot on the floor, just to the outside of your knee or your lower thigh. And start by lifting through your spine and spiraling around to the right, placing your right hand back behind you. And you can just take it easy as you build into the twist, taking your hand to the outside of your knee to help you lift and spiral. Or further still, wrapping your elbow around your knee, or taking the elbow to the outside of your knee, and then really lifting and lengthening, and taking the twist all the way up into your neck, looking over your right shoulder. And just trying to breathe as best you can in this constricted position. Beautiful. Release back to center. Extend your right leg out. And flex your right toes back toward you, switching on the right leg as you bend through the left knee, bringing your foot to the outside of your right knee. Just, if you can, bringing it up to the lower, kind of aligned with the lower area of your thigh. If that's too strong, though, just sliding the foot down. And now, wrapping your elbow around your knee as you lift and spiral around to the left. And further still, taking the elbow to the outside of your knee, lift and lengthen, spiral around to the left, turning your head to look over your left shoulder. Keep pressing down into your backhand, and breathe. Beautiful. Slowly release. Finding your way back to center. Give your legs a little shake. Cross your legs for a moment. Take a breath. We're going to go into dolphin pose, which, funnily enough, has just been a recurring theme in the classes over the past few weeks. I haven't intended for that. It's just been the way that it kind of unfolded. So it's good though, because then it helps us build that technique. So this is a really fun challenge. And if you find at any time that this is just too much, you can always revert back to extended child's pose or downward dog for a more simple and similar kind of experience. So what we're going to do is bring our forearms to the floor and then lift our hips into an inverted, our body will be in an inverted V position. So we'll take our forearms to the floor. I like to open up my palms so that my thumbs are pressing together. The two thumb tips press together, and that gives you a nice alignment of your shoulders. And then your palms open up wide to press down into the floor, and that helps to activate and stabilize your shoulders. So we'll start just taking it easy first. So pressing down into your palms, and we'll do a couple of repetitions. So no need to rush all the way up into it. We'll tuck our toes under and then start to build into that foundation of your forearms. Pressing into your palms, pressing into your forearms, shoulders are active, and just notice the difference. This is collapsing. When you soften into the shoulders and your chest drops toward the floor. But when you press into your palms and forearms, notice how it helps to lift through the shoulders, keeping them nice and strong, and that helps to lift your face away from the floor. So tuck your toes, press down into your forearms, and then begin to lift your knees, lifting your hips. So start with your feet out, and just get that feeling of pressing away. And then further still is to walk your feet in, and allow your heels to move down toward the floor. So you'll feel it quite strongly through your shoulders. So really nice inverted position and also shoulder strengthener. We'll take one more breath here and we'll take a short rest. Okay, walk your feet out. Lower your knees to the floor. Drop your hips back to your heels. Take a breath. Good. All right, let's lift up again. Inhale, lift. Tuck the toes, lift through the hips. Walk your feet in as close as you can. But the trick is to keep pressing the floor away with your forearms. And try to relax into your face. Keep lifting into your hips as you simultaneously press down into the floor. One more breath. And walk the feet back. Knees to the floor. And sit back on your heels, relax your arms. I can feel that very strongly in my shoulders. Okay, we're going to do one more. An option here, if you felt stable enough, we'll take one leg up in the air and then the other leg up in the air. So, inhale, lift. Make sure your foundation is nice and steady. And walk your feet forward, and then we're going to raise one leg up. And really try to lift up into the top toes as you press the opposite heel down toward the floor. Keep pressing the floor away with your forearms. Exhale, lower the right leg down. Inhale, sweeping the left leg up. Heel down toward the floor as you reach into the top toes. Keep pressing the floor away with your forearms. And exhale, take a breath. And release. Come back and sit on your heels. Whew, that was really good for the arms and shoulders. Very nice. All right. We're going to take our feet, hands to the floor, tuck the toes coming onto your feet, just at the back of your mat, walking yourself up into a nice relaxed standing forward fold. So have your feet hip distance apart and cradle your elbows in your arms and just allow your whole body to flop forward, rocking your torso from side to side. And then come back to center, relax completely, maybe releasing the backs of your hands to the floor just so your upper arms your shoulders, everything can be completely relaxed. Taking a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Now softly bend through your knees, walking your hands forward, just to come down onto your back. Our final stretch before we come down into relaxation. So bringing both feet to the floor and take your right ankle to the top of your left thigh and raise your leg up. Raise your foot up off the floor, interlocking your hands behind your left thigh. And bring your legs in toward your torso just until you feel a stretch through your outer right hip, and using your right elbow to gently press your right knee away. Feeling that stretch through the right hip. And the more you draw your legs in, the more the stretch intensifies. Okay, release. Bringing both feet back to the floor. Taking your left ankle to the top of your right thigh and lifting your right leg and bringing your interlocked hands behind the right thigh and drawing your legs in toward your torso, using your left elbow to press that left leg away. And just keep drawing the legs in slowly, slowly until you feel a nice stretch through the left hip this time. Release slowly. Bring both feet to the floor. Keeping your feet at hip distance, taking your arms out to your sides, palms down, and gently rocking your knees from side to side, going into a very gentle spinal twist. Releasing through your hips. And now, ladies, we have arrived. It's time for Shavasana. Extend your legs out, finding yourself in a nice, comfortable, relaxed position, lying on your back, turning your palms up. And if you like to implement props, please go ahead and do so. A bolster or pillow under your knees or pillow under your head, whatever you like to do, covering your eyes to block out the light. Just take the next minute or so to get comfortable and settle in. And in this time, reflecting on your practice, noting any challenges you experienced and any wins you experienced. Perhaps there were some new learnings or insights that came up throughout your practice. Just taking a little bit of time here for self-reflection and consolidation of your practice. Noticing how your mind and body feel after your practice. Now taking this time to Relax your body by just following my guidance, relaxing each body part as I mention it. Starting by taking your awareness all the way down to the soles of your feet. Relaxing your toes, from your big toes to your little toes. Relax the soles of your feet. And feel your heels getting heavier and heavier. Soften into your ankles. And soften into your calf muscles. Feeling your shins to be heavy. Relax your knees. And relax your thighs. The tops of your thighs. Your inner thighs and outer thighs. And your hamstrings. Relax your left hip and your right hip. Feeling both of your legs to be heavy and relaxed. Now softening into your belly. And softening into the sides of your body. Feeling as if they're relaxing and melting down toward the floor. Relax your chest from your ribs to all the muscles in between each rib. Softening into your lungs and softening into your heart. Relax your shoulders, feeling your collarbones broadening and releasing. And then relax from the tops of the shoulders down and around your shoulder blades. Letting go of any tension or anything that you feel you might be carrying on your shoulders. Just taking a moment here to see if you can just let it go, even just a little bit. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, and your forearms. Softening into your wrists and hands, and your fingers are gently curled. And seeing if you can notice the gentle prickling sensation of prana circulating your palms. Now gently shifting your awareness to your lower back area. Feeling your sacrum broadening and releasing. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Feeling all the muscles either side of your spine softening and releasing. and feeling your head to be heavy as it rests against the floor. And bringing conscious awareness into your brain, the central part of your nervous system. Just taking some conscious breaths, circulating the head, consciously relaxing into the brain. And then relaxing into your forehead, relaxing into your eyes, and softening into your jaw. Your face is soft, your mouth is soft. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Simply rest. Gently waking up your body, wriggling your fingers and toes and rocking your head from side to side. And then rolling onto your left side with as little disruption to your body as possible, pressing yourself up to sit. And then closing your eyes again, and tuning into some kirtan meditation now. We'll be singing the mantra Gauranga. You can listen as I sing, or you can chant along, just meditating on the sound, drawing it in through your ears and down into your heart. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Now we'll bring our hands together in prayer position, and closing off our practice by bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other. And bowing once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste.